I'm sure a lot of people listening or watching this are just like, guys, tell us what is it like to just be in a Chinese factory? What's it like to walk in there? What are the sights and the sounds and the feelings? Um, Talk to me about what it's like just getting in the factory and what you're seeing in there.
Humidity, heat, a lot of Chinese, a lot of products everywhere, a lot of machines going. It's freaking loud. Um, Organized.
Yeah.
I mean,
How about efficient?
I, organized and efficient
Yeah.
for sure. I think one of the coolest things is that Chinese have somehow done manufacturing and warehousing upwards. I think that's different.
Yeah,
Like,
it's crazy. You don't even see that here, even in our own warehousing. Like they've got 4, 5, 6 floors on some of these factories. Our tumbler factory is what, 4 floors tall?
yeah. But I think the kitchen knife factor was incredible. I mean, we were doing like buffing and sanding like on the third floor or something.
Yeah.
Remember? Where I touched the metal right out of the grinder. I was,
Oh, it's like product either work their way up or they work their way down. It's kind of interesting how they do that. And the elevator systems they have in these things, man, they can hold like a forklift 50 tons and they have massive forklifts go in these elevators. It was incredible to see this, the way they move products up and down and through the systems.
yeah. I mean, remember they have roll up doors on like the third floor because the product moves up, gets finished and packaged like on the third or fourth floor, and they crane it down. I mean, it's just like
Yeah.
it's a whole new world.
Yeah.
Like it's a different world. But it's incredible, and I think it's in, it's inspiring. Like you go through it, but let's talk about the Tumblr factory a little bit. How cool was that? I mean, who knew that when you get the when it truly gave me a lot of appreciation for I think Tumblr should be more expensive.
Oh my
I
gosh.
mean, the freaking number of steps to make a tumbler, I had no I mean, I had an idea, but this was the first time that we truly made it from scratch to finish.
Yeah.
I was talk about that. That was incredible.
I believe there's at least a dozen different machines and equipment used to make the tumbler. Maybe even 15 different machines that are used to cut, to weld, to solder, to polish, to sanding, to capping,
I mean,
welding.
there was just one machine that took off literally like 1/32nd inch of metal from the tip of
I
the
mean,
tumbler.
you talk about consistency. They needed every tumbler to be the same exact height, and so
Yeah.
they had that little mold template thing that went on the top, and they would just slice, if anything, just a sliver of that before it went to the next process. But there were also a lot of equipment and machines for testing. And one of the ones I knew was one of your favorites was the hot rod machine. Tell me about the hot rod tumbler machine.
Yeah, the hot rod machine was I like that. We should name that the hot rod machine. So it was cool. There were these rods that came out of this machine, like maybe like 20 of them, right? And I don't know what goes under it, maybe propane or something like that. But basically you put the tumblers over these rods and bunch of heat comes through. It was 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit
Yeah.
and it goes 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit inside the tumbler. And you basically, touch the outsides to make sure that heat's not coming through the double wall. That's when you know it's truly insulated. So that was really cool to see that QA process and understand like this factory was legit like providing good product because they were actually testing every tumbler before they were sending it out. And I'm sure on that $2 or that $3 tumbler on Amazon, they're not doing that with all of them, right? Because it's an extra step. It's kind of a quick step, but it's an extra machine. It's an extra step. It's very laborious because it's not automatic that you're checking on the outside of the tumbler. It's like a field test. And this person was just going to town with that. And I thought that was like incredible that we had that step and we were testing every tumbler. Now, I'm like the first person to be honest, it's not foolproof, but shoot, she was taking out quite a bit of rejects. So even if we were able to take out majority of the rejects and we have a 0.5% rate or 0.75% rate or 0.1% rate, like I'm pretty happy that we can at least take out majority of the rejects.
Now, and who knows if other tumbler factories even have that equipment or have even invested in that kind of equipment because maybe they just don't care.
Yeah.
They're just trusting the fact that they're doing the best they can and it is what it is. I might have a 10% that hold that ice, might have 90%, that are good and 10% is bad.
Yeah.
But our factory has gone above and beyond and invested in that equipment to make sure the quality is there.
Yeah, I think, not speaking for anyone else, but I'm just happy that we do that quality test,
Yeah.
right? I think that's like one of the biggest things about a double wall insulated tumbler is that it's insulated and
Yeah.
and we're actually checking it before you receive it. So I think that makes me feel better that we're doing it. And I knew we used to, I mean, I knew that there was a process that we did testing for, but this time we have video of us actually doing the
Yeah,
testing.
and
So
that's just a test for the installation. There's
correct.
multiple other tests for inspections on the metal, if it's dented, scratched, the painting and the coating, if that's dented or scratched or any spots that need to come out. So it was impressive to see all the different spots that they checked the quality along the way. It's probably about 4 to 5 times before it even gets finally packaged,
Yeah.
and another one of the things I wanted to mention is, there's like this myth when I hear people say in the States that, "Oh, it all comes from the same factory. Oh, it's all being made in the same place." Well, yeah, it's all being made in China for the most part, but we were in the tumbler city, and there was many, many tumbler factories around the area, and I just wanna debunk that myth that it all comes from the same factory, because for a matter of fact, our tumbler factory isn't even online. They're not even on Alibaba. You can't even find them,
Correct.
and we work exclusively with them, and they're pretty much exclusive with us,
Yeah.
and I think that that needs to be brought to light because there's gotta be hundreds of tumbler factories out there, and they all have their different ways of doing it, their different processes, their different machines and equipment that you're not really no one's really privy to that.
Yeah.
But we went in there and we got to get our hands in there and make one.
Yeah, I think there was I think we were going to the paper box factory,
Mm,
and we were stopped at this one junction, and you and I remember having a conversation. We're just kind of looking around, and you were like, "Hey, John, do you notice like in America we have like retail shops everywhere where everyone is selling, right?" And this really stuck with me. And you went like we like drive around China, and you look at any building, and it looks like a residential, but instead of retail, they have manufacturing. Like, a manufacturing could be in 500 square feet, it's 1,000 square feet, 100,000 square feet, or 5,000,000 square feet, but it's almost like there's more manufacturing than retail, right? And in the States, it's more retail, and it's, like, difficult to find manufacturing, you
yeah,
know? And so it's like a whole different dynamic, and I think that really spoke to me, like, yeah, you're absolutely right. When we go to the tumbler factory, actually, forget the factory, when you go to that town, I mean, you see more trucks with rolled steel than anything.
yeah, that was crazy.
These trucks going with like 10-foot rolled steel in the back,
Yeah,
and like not one, but like they're just going around, and I mean, that city is serious. It's
yeah.
tumblers, you know?
Producing tumblers for the whole world.
Yeah,
And it's not just the US,
yeah,
like China is producing for the world, got customers in England and Africa and all over the place.
yeah,
It was incredible to see because in the US, like you said, like we talked about, we are just consuming on every corner.
yeah,
Every corner you go to, there's a retail store selling something. In China, it's difficult to even find a mall.
yeah. It's
And
usually centralized, like in the main city.
yeah.
Yeah,
There's like one mall, and in every building you go into, they're making something.
yeah,
It's like incredibly wild. I'm just like, my mind just goes so curious. Like, ooh, what are they making over there? What are they making in there? Like, I just want to walk into all the buildings and just see like what they're making. It's incredible, but I didn't want to be disrespectful and just get kicked out of anywhere. But a lot of times they have the doors open and there's machines going. You're like, oh my God, I wonder what they're doing over there. It looks so crazy.
yeah. It's definitely different. But that was a really good observation, and when you pointed that out, I didn't even think of that because it's incredible. Like literally, you think it's like a residential area, and next thing you know, like holy crap, there's manufacturing, and
Yeah.
and the manufacturing could be on like the second or third floor. So you just never know sometimes, right?
But incredible, like, their cities are so, like, centralized and, like, yeah, they build up. It's not like America where we have, like, an acre of land is our property and our house, and we have all this space, like, they live in flats, and they live in these apartment-style buildings that are some of them were, like, 20 to 30 stories tall,
Yeah,
and very simplistic living. We got the opportunity to go into some of these buildings, and some of our factory owners took us to their homes, and they're very simple.
it's minimalist.
And then you'll have like 15 to 20 of those tall buildings all in one community.